everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Gabby and I'm so glad that you're joining me today. In today's video, I decided to do a video I haven't done on my channel yet. I wanted to do a favorites video for you guys. It's probably going to be more like an October-November favorites because I'm just going to include some products that I've been using for the last couple of months. That I've been really loving and just are like staples in my everyday look. I know when I do videos, I am constantly using like different makeup products for you guys just to kind of showcase them and show you how they work. But in everyday life, when I'm just wearing makeup from like a day-to-day basis, I kind of stick to the things that I really love. And so these type of products are those that I really love. So I just wanted to show you what I've been loving lately, and yeah. So if you guys are interested in seeing all of my favorites for the months of November, October, something like that, then keep on watching. So I think I'm just going to start with how I do my makeup and start with like primer and then work my way up from there. So actually we'll talk about these two products in conjunction with each other because I cannot get enough of these. And this is the Fenty Beauty foundation and the primer. I have been obsessed with these. This is pretty much the only foundation I've been using like on a day-to-day basis for probably the past month and a half. I am obsessed with this foundation and I'm obsessed with the primer. Now from now and then I'll switch up my primer, but most of the time I'm using this primer if I'm wearing makeup. So I love this combination. This really does a good job of blurring out my pores. I have pretty intense pores like right here in my cheek area, and this does a really good job of just blurring them out and making them look like they're not even there. And then on top of that, with the foundation, this combo is such a good combination together. Like, she really did it when she did both of these together, just because both of them together, they make your skin look like skin. I find the foundation is very high coverage. It's a little liquidy, but I don't mind that, honestly. And I just literally dab this all over my face, and it is flawless. And when it dries down, I would say pretty matte, and it just looks like skin, honestly. Like, once I finished all of my makeup, it looks pretty flawless. And another thing I will say is that this combination is very long wearing. A lot of foundations I've worn in the past, they do tend to, you know, fade throughout the day, and I find that this combination together is just one of the best and long wearing combinations and one of the best long wearing foundations that I have ever used. So I'm obsessed with these two right here. So for concealer, I know this one has been hyped up for a really long time, and I've used this for quite a long time. Even before I started doing my makeup channel, I have been obsessed with this one, and it's just something that without a doubt I know will look good. It doesn't ever not look good, if that makes sense. And this is the Tarte Shape Tape. I love this concealer, and I just think that it's very high coverage. Now for me personally, I don't have like very deep or, you know, prominent under eye circles, but I do like this for, you know, that very high coverage and very highlighted look under my eyes. I think that it works perfectly for that, and it just is very smooth under the eyes for me personally. I have heard some people say that sometimes this can be too drying for them, but I think because my skin is, you know, quite oily, it kind of combats that in a way. Maybe that's why it works so well for me, I'm not sure, but I just know that when I use this, I won't have a problem with my under eyes creasing, especially if I set it. This one is just one that I find myself using again and again, and I had purchased this a couple times already because I will go through one and I'll just keep getting them because I just love it so much. So this is probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite concealer. Okay, so moving right along, I'm going to talk about some of my favorite bronzers that I've been using for the last couple of months to maybe more than that. But I have a drugstore option and a high-end option. My drugstore option is the Wet n Wild contouring palette. I absolutely am in love with this contouring shade, as well as the highlight shade too, but more so the contouring shade just because this one is perfect for my skin tone. This is in the shade Caramel Toffee. It is very like Well, first off, it's super pigmented. I just have to use just a little bit of this and blend it out, and it looks very, very nice. But also the color is just like the perfect color for like a bronzy, you know, look that I'm going for. If I'm going for something that's very like, you know, I want to look very glowy, very bronze, I always tend to lean towards this one and either my high-end option that I have, just because it always gives me that very bronze look, and I really do enjoy that. So that is my drugstore option for bronzer. And then for my high-end bronzer, I actually discovered this bronzer from Arnell Armand. I believe that's how you say it. Her name is Arnell Armand on YouTube. She used it in one of her videos, and she said it was a good option. In one of her videos that I was watching, I can't remember which one. But she said it was a good option for like medium to dark skin tone. So I was like, well, I'll try that out. And ever since I got it, I cannot put it down. Like, I probably use this every day if I'm not using this other one, the Wet n Wild one. And this is the Tarte Amazonian Clay Matte Waterproof Bronzer. And this one is in Hotel Heiress. Most people you hear have like the, I think it's the Park Avenue Princess one, but this is the Hotel Heiress one. This is the deeper shade for obviously medium to darker skin tones. And yeah, I love this bronzer so much. One, because it is matte and it is long wearing, and it is waterproof, which I don't ever really wear makeup when I'm around the water, but if you're into that, that's good to know as well. But this one is just very long wearing. I find that even if I wear it for, you know, a full day, I can still see it at the end of the day because it's just very pigmented and it doesn't really budge, and it's matte, which I really love in a bronzer. I don't really like shimmery bronzers, just because I don't like shimmer on my cheekbone area. But yeah, so this is just one that I really, really love. It's super pigmented and it's very easy to blend out. Okay, moving on to some eyeshadow palettes that I have been using for the last couple of months. I think out of any product that I buy normally, eyeshadows is kind of what I leaned for the most. I find myself picking out a lot of eyeshadows here and there. Like, eyeshadows and probably foundations are my two favorite parts of makeup, I guess. One, because I like to have my face look good, but I also like to have, you know, like pretty eyes and all that stuff. But so eyeshadow palettes are something that I've been like kind of collecting, I would say, like, you know, just gathering my own little collection of eyeshadow palettes and eyeshadows and all that stuff. But the couple that I'm going to show you are just the ones I've been using, that, you know, pretty much every day. And like I will interchange them and stuff, and, you know, use them with other eyeshadow palettes or use them together and just kind of create stuff as I go. But these are probably the ones that have been my favorites for the last couple of months. So first off, I'm going to start with the newest one, but I can already tell that it has been and is going to be, you know, one that I continue to use on, you know, a regular basis, because I'm just obsessed with this. And that is the Morphe 3502 palette. I am so obsessed with this. Like, I'm so obsessed. And it's so crazy because this, like, palette is me in a palette. Like, if I was a palette form, this would be me. Like, because, one, I am obsessed with all of the warm tones in this palette. Like, this just screams me. Like, this is a Gabby palette. But yeah, so like all of these colors are super warm tone. Every single shade is super pigmented. I probably used, I wouldn't say all the shades, but like 95% of all the shades. And I haven't had any issues with any of them, the ones that I've used. Like, oh, it's so good. And the fact that it has this black in here, like, I'm just so obsessed. Let me give you a couple of swatches so you can see. Here are some of those shades. I did it in the most awkward spot, I realize now, but I'm just gonna lean and let you see. Yeah, so like they're super pigmented and the shimmers are crazy. I'm obsessed with this palette. I'm just obsessed. The next palette I want to mention is the one I actually have on my eyes today, and I have been obsessed with this since I bought it. I just love all of the colors in it, and it's just one that I find that I can get very creative with. and that is the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette. I've been super obsessed with this palette lately, just, you know, dibbling and dabbling in all of the shades and coming up with different looks like the one I created today. I actually used this shade here called Retrograde. It's like a very duochrome, you know, pigment, I'd say, and I use that on my lid and just do some of the darker browns and oranges, and this palette's just, you know, create a look that I was really obsessed with. So I've been really, you know, into this palette. All of the shades are very pigmented. I know this palette has some mixed reviews just because some of the glitter shades are kind of like different from your normal pigments in an eyeshadow palette. For instance, this color here, Cosmo, it's more like a glitter, and you kind of have to either you know put down like some concealer or put down a glitter primer or a glitter glue, something that'll help you stick that. But honestly, I think that's super cool that they put a glitter in here just to give some, you know, different variety to, you know, the pigments, because we're used to a simple shimmer shade, but for a palette to have like an actual, you know, pressed glitter, I think that's really inventive and really awesome. So yeah, I've been really obsessed with this palette, and I just love all of the purple and orange tones in it, of course, because I can't get enough of warm tones. But yeah, so I really love this palette. And then the last palette that I have is actually a very simple palette, yet it is super great. Like, oh my gosh. This is the Blinc and Boxycharm Electric Eyes palette. I've been obsessed with this palette for, you know, just when I want to do like something very simple. I mean, you could even do like, you know, an extravagant look with this, but I find that when I want to wear makeup but I don't want it to be over the top and I just want to have a simple eye look, I find myself going for these shimmers because one, they're super duper pigmented, and two, they're just easy to, you know, to make a simple eye look with. Like, you don't have to do anything extravagant, you don't even have to use setting spray. I find with these, you just pop them on and you go. So that is just what I love about this palette. I will actually show you some swatches. So these are the colors here. Again, I placed these really weird, I'm sorry, but just look at this cranberry shade here. Like, oh my gosh. And I just love all of the shades. I don't have to use a setting spray, which is awesome, and I love that. So I have been obsessed with this palette. Yeah, moving on to lip products. I have quite a few things that I want to show you here. And which is really funny. Pretty much all of them are nude shades, which I didn't plan because I'm obsessed with the nude shades. I tend to wear them on a normal basis because I don't like to, you know, have too crazy of a lip when I'm just out and about. I mean, sometimes I feel that way and I want to be like, hey, let's wear a purple lip today. Hey, let's wear a bright red lip today. But most of the time I like to stick towards the more nude shades just because I find that they're very subtle, but yet they look very pretty on the skin and on the lips, and with whatever eye look I do, they always look pretty good. So I'm going to start off with the first one, which is this Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick. This is in the shade Stripped. I will give you a swatch. This is it swatched right here. And I mean, you can even tell like it's like a super nude color. I love this shade. It's very wearable. And sometimes I like to pair this with a gloss, which I'll show you that gloss that I like to pair it with. But yeah, it's just very nude and I love the shade. The next lip I have to show you guys is actually the one I have on my lips right now. This is the IluvSarahii and Colourpop Ultra Satin Lip in the shade 951. I will swatch it. So that's 951 right there. It's compared to, actually, I'll swatch the Stripped shade by this one so you can see the difference. So the top one here, that one is Stripped from Anastasia Beverly Hills. And this one here, that one's the Colourpop and IluvSarahii. It's Ultra Satin Lip in 951. So you can tell this one is fairly lighter than this one, but they're still in that nude range, which is super awesome. I love the shade. I love it. I love it. I wear it almost, if not every day, because I switch them up sometimes, but almost once a week I wear this lipstick just because it is so good. And I can't get enough of Colourpop's Ultra Satin Lip formula. But yeah, so this one is really good, and I've been wearing this for a really long time now. The next lip I have to show you is one that I've been wearing frequently as well, hence the favorites part. But this is the Huda Beauty Liquid Matte Liquid Lipstick. I said liquid like twice there, but you get what I'm saying. The matte liquid lipstick in the shade Venus, and I will swatch it for you. So there we have Venus at the top there. Obviously you can tell that all of these nudes are fairly different, so it's not like I'm wearing the same nude every day, but they still are kind of similar in the fact that they're like, you know, very, like they're deeper nude shades. But I really love this Venus shade. It is like super wearable, obviously, because it's a nude. I also love the Huda Beauty Liquid Lipstick formula. It is a little runny, but once it's, you know, set down and it's dried, you don't even feel it on your lips. It's just that good. It doesn't feel like anything's there. And I find that it's long wearing, so I really love to wear this lipstick. Moving on to some more lip products because I can't get enough. These are actually lip glosses. And of course they're nude because why not, right? This is the Maybelline Vivid Hot Lacquer in the shade 64 Unreal, and I will swatch it for you, of course. So that is it right there. Obviously it's very glossy, it is very nude, and I love it. But yeah, I actually am really impressed with Maybelline's lip gloss formula. Now this is one that's a little thicker than like a normal like lip gloss, but I actually don't mind it. It wears really long throughout the day. I will have to touch it up a couple of times just to continue to have that shine on my lips, but you can always kind of still see the pigment. But yeah, I really love this shade, and the formula of the lipstick, it's super nice. So, or the formula of the lip gloss. So the last product I have to show you guys is a pair of lashes, and I've been obsessed with these lashes. I kid you not, I pretty much wear them anytime I'm doing like a full glam makeup look, and like if I just want to wear mascara, I'll wear mascara, and if I want to wear lashes, I put these on. So like I've been really obsessed with them. These are the Azeredo cosmetic lashes. This is the style Bombshell, and I am super obsessed with the style. Like they are so pretty. They are so long, they're so fluffy, and they're very full, and I really love them. They just really like make your eyes look, you know, very like bam and very out there and very like, you know, the center of attention, which is something I really like. And if you guys are interested, I actually have a discount code with Azeredo Cosmetics. If you use my coupon code, which is GabbyH10, it gets you 10% off of your order. So if you guys are really interested in some lashes, or if you guys want to try these ones out, definitely think about using my coupon code because it'll save you some money. So if you're interested, go ahead and use it. If you're not, you don't have to. So yeah. Alright guys, but that completes this video. I hope you enjoyed this favorites video. It's more so like my November favorites slash the last couple of months favorites, but it'll probably say November favorites in the title. So yeah, so I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, and if you want me to continue to do like, you know, updated favorites videos, then please let me know. Give it a thumbs up so that way I know that you like it. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already subscribed. I would love to have you join me in, you know, my beauty space and just hanging out with me and all the stuff. Also, don't forget to, you know, visit my other social media, my Instagram, my Snapchat. I have a Twitter, but I don't really use it. But if you want to follow me on there, you can. But yeah, all that stuff will be in the description box below, as well as all of the products I mentioned today. So if you guys are interested in, you know, picking any of them up, you can look for them in the description box. Also, if you guys liked this video, along with subscribing and liking the video, I would definitely love it if you share this video with your friends. I would love to continue to grow my channel and have as many people as I can, you know, just come and sit with me and chat. I really love it, and it's something that has been quite a bit of a passion of mine for the last couple of months. So I'd love to continue to grow and just see more of you, you know, and chat with you in the comments and all that good stuff. So share this video if you can. But yeah, that completes this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye!